by saying,
Hi, this is Sneha Singhi for feminista.com. I have to look there? Okay, alright. Again, I'll start.
I'll just sit here. So
Yeah, that'll be better. Exactly. Hi, this is Sneha Singhi for feminista.com.
Alright. So we'll begin with you being a very young baker, and
Yes.
that by itself is something very new and something very different.
Right.
So at this age, usually people are struggling to find their passion, struggling to find what they're going to do with their lives, and trying out different things, failing, stumbling,
Right.
picking up. What made you think that this is
So, I always knew since I was 7 years old that this is what I wanted to do. I always wanted to be a chef. I've always wanted people to try my food. And my mom says that when I was much younger, I was always cooking all the time. I was always running into the kitchen to make something or the other and burning myself even when I was a kid and all of that. So, I'm very lucky actually that I always knew what I want to do, and I figured out my passion really early in life. So that's what helped me basically.
Is there anybody in particular who inspired you, or somebody you want to give credit?
My mother, totally. Like, it's all because of her today. Wherever I am, whatever little I'm doing in my life is only all because of my mother.
So, we want you to talk about how you rebelled and you went to study after school to
Right.
NCT.
So basically, after finishing school, I was in boarding school at Jain International, Bangalore, and I came back here, and unfortunately, or fortunately, I got into St. Xavier's, Kolkata, and I was really upset about it because I always wanted to do hotel management, and my father was very averse to the idea of it, and he was all like, and at that time, I don't blame him, there was no career as such for women in the food industry, and he said no very vehemently. He completely denied. And I started threatening him, and because he's in the alumni of St. Xavier's, so I said that if he doesn't allow me to go to Paris, Cordon Bleu, or let me do hotel management, I will get myself expelled out of college, and then he'll have a really bad reputation because everyone knows that I'm his daughter. So I did then manage to get myself suspended, and then I was like, look, this is just suspension, and one more suspension equals to expulsion. So you make up your mind what you want to do, and he had no other option. And at the end of the day, he also knew that I could cook really well and I could maybe make a career for myself, so he did let me go to Paris then.
So, you actually threatened your parents.
Yeah, that was the only resort left. Like, there was nothing else I could have done.
And your mother.
My mother was always very supportive. She always knew this is what I had to do in my life.
Now, since you have mentioned that it was not a career that people look
Yeah.
forward to. So, in a very general way, women are generally believe that kitchen is their thing.
Right.
Generally.
Right.
So, women tend to be better cooks, or tend
Right.
to be kitchen is their place. What makes you think that there are less female chefs? Why are there less female chefs, even though they're considered to be their territory?
I think that the basic mindset in India is to do a graduation before doing anything else, And when you were doing stuff like, becoming a chef, suppose, you don't have to do a graduation. If you're good at it, you're passionate about it, you can easily just do a diploma or just get like a certificate program and then go ahead and be a chef. But that's what the problem with the whole foundation with Indian parents or the Indian society is, that people are not open to it. They're not open to trying new things out, like being a chef. It's really difficult also. So I don't blame parents. Like, my parents used to be worried sick when I used to be working 18 hours a day. It's very difficult. And there's a lot of ragging and it's crazy. So
Explain on the rack.
So I haven't really experienced it like that. You know how, suppose if I'm walking on the road and I'm carrying something really heavy, I know that someone would come and help me with something and be like, come, I'll help you. But when I was working in kitchens, I was picking up 5-6 kilos just on my head, walking around, and no one's there to help. You have to do it all by yourself, climb up stories and just come yourself. So all that is difficult, and people don't really differentiate between men and women, which is a good thing in a way, but that's abroad. In India, for that matter of fact, there are so little women in the kitchen that you just there's obviously like that thing where you don't have anyone to talk to except all your seniors who are all men, and there's no one else who can relate to you, and there's not things that you can share with, like, normally what you would with any woman. So that's something that I found really difficult, especially in India.
So, do you think that the physical exertion that you're talking about, it may be a reason why a lot of women are not pursuing this?
Actually, the thing is that earlier, I think that people were not willing to let their daughters into this industry because it doesn't have a big name. The charm isn't all that big. Being a baker, working for someone, or like even doing something, it's like, okay, basically you're just picking up jutha plates. So you're just like picking, okay, yeah, you are, which is not a bad thing at all. Like, I have done it all throughout. Like, I still do it at all my restaurants. And yeah, but for some parents or even some people, it just might not be good enough, which I completely understand. So I think that is like, I don't know, but I think that is one of the reasons that would like matter, in some way or the other.
Okay, now since we're talking about it, there are a lot of platforms like master chefs or baking competitions like that. Do you feel that people really do require training to be a baker?
Not at all. It's not about training. I think it's more about using it. Like the more, but that's with everything. The more you like learn how to do, not even learn, practice how to do something, you just become better at it. So you don't need like a professional training. Obviously, that always helps because you know how to, the techniques well, and that will always help you being faster in the kitchen or you being better at your performance. But if you know something from, suppose, the internet, you still know as much as I do because I still am on the internet looking for recipes all the day time. They have, yeah, exactly. So that is also training in one way.
Okay, so now since you have opened a huge chain in such a young age, we would like you to talk about concrete challenges that you faced.
I still face like a lot of challenges actually. So when I opened my first outlet, my main challenge was that I was 20 when I opened my this outlet, and this is my first, and everyone working for me was always older than me. So like asking them to do something for me would be like, okay, why should I listen to you? I mean, I know it better and I've been in the industry longer, which sort of does make sense. But at the end of the day, it took me a really long time to figure out how to be the boss. Like, it was really difficult for me, especially. Like, it took me good 6 months to learn how to become boss of the industry. But then later, like now, the challenges that I face are much simpler. Like, with my staff, just get like when someone leaves, getting another person and like training people over and over and over again. And now that we have around 50 people working for us, I mean, it's a huge thing, and they're all trained under me, every single one of them. So that's a task, but then that's the fun bit of it. So I won't be complaining anymore.
So how's the gender ratio of your team?
Oh, okay. So it's mostly 27, 30 plus. Yeah.
And you're 10 years younger than them.
Almost, yeah.
Wow. And what's the gender ratio, like men and women?
Oh, so I try and get as many women as I can, but it still is a little difficult to be in the service industry for women. But I personally have around 6 women out of 50, which is not a bad ratio for me. Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, you want to talk about the brand ambassador?
Whatever you say. I mean, I can bring it up. I can say that like, oh, I can say my personal.
You can talk about what was your experience being the brand ambassador.
Okay, so I can talk about Cordon Bleu if you want, and then I can just say it. Yeah. So Cordon Bleu really helped me with everything that I know today. I mean, I was there in Paris for a really long time, and I was doing the internship and everything. And at the end of the day, like when I came back and they saw my achievements and stuff, there were chefs who came from Cordon Bleu Bangkok, and my chefs who are planning to come from Cordon Bleu Paris really soon, and they recognized my talent, and I was one of the brand ambassadors of Cordon Bleu India, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Now I want to ask you. So there is a discourse in topic of gender equality that people talk about, that the home chores should be divided among husband and wives, the two partners. What's your opinion on that? Like, if home chores in the sense cooking, washing, doing the dishes, and all of that. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? I mean, everyone should do everything. In fact, the husband should do more because it only makes sense. No, but like I completely believe in that. They should like separate their works and do everything that is possible. It's only better for like the home, right? So. Yeah. Okay. All right.
That is hard. Of course, you continue the process of learning.
Okay.
You will have to learn.
All right. Fine. All right. Sure.
Yeah. So, how important do you think it's for you to learn and reinvent and keep on?
So,
keeping the pace?
I opened Paris Cafe in 2013. We're finishing 4 years in March, and I have gone back every year. I leave Calcutta for like a month or two. I go back to Cordon Bleu, Paris, London. As of now, I've just gone to these two every year and learn something new and come back. It's so important to keep reinventing because everyone gets bored. I mean, like today, if you are given, say, the same red velvet cupcake every single day of your life, you will get bored in like 5 days, 10 days maximum. So, using the same thing and making it look different, or using the same ingredients and making it taste different is so important. So I keep going back every year. In fact, this time I'm supposed to be going to Malaysia for another course. So I try and do as much as I can because I always want to be in like what's happening in the world right now.
So where do you see yourself 5 years?
I see myself opening branches all over India for sure. Like my next project should be Bangalore very soon. I'm looking at places over there. Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, Chennai, all of these first, and then I go to Bombay and Delhi because I want to like create a big hype before opening there.
You should talk about bakery, you talk about the bar that you want to
Oh yeah, there is actually one thing that I've really always wanted to do. I wanted to open a dessert bar, and I know there are a lot in Bombay, but like my concept is really different. Like you yourself, if you're interested in cooking, you can come and like create your own dessert, and then we serve it with like a cocktail that goes with it. I want to open a dessert bar really soon, as soon as possible.
Dessert bar is going to be a DIY bar.
Yeah, almost, but like you can always have desserts that we make, as well, and they'll be all with dry ice and gastronomic, how people usually like it nowadays.
What about your dog shelter?
That you want to talk about? I'll definitely talk about it. So I
And
basically,
you should tell that you're not spending your money and you.
yeah. So I opened Paris Cafe for one sole reason, being that once it starts making profits, big profits, I would like to open a big 5-star facilitated dog shelter for all the stray dogs and all the dogs that people want to give away and always look for foster home. So I would want to be the one-stop home for all dogs. At least I want to start with Calcutta, and I really want to start soon. So I am working on that already. In my kitchen area, we have 5 dogs that we have adopted ourselves, and we deworm them and we give them all the injections and stuff that they need. And but they don't have a place to live in because I still don't have that kind of environment for them. But that is my plan, and that's exactly why I opened Paris Cafe in the first place.
Alright. So, one good thing about Kolkata and one bad thing about Kolkata professionally.
One good thing about Calcutta is that people are always willing to try something new, and one bad thing is that they get bored really fast. A time span of one person a year would be like 6 months only, and 6 months, that's it, bus.
They are for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we're gonna wrap it up with a quick rapid fire.
Yeah.
I hope you haven't seen the question.
No, I haven't seen that part.
Alright. So I'm starting off with the rapid fire. This has to be quick. And
Okay.
whatever first thing gets into your mind, you have
Okay,
to say.
done.
Okay?
Yeah.
And we will not do a retake.
Okay.
If you have to use 3 words to describe yourself, that would be.
Fun, enthusiast, and very positive.
Now you have to finish the sentence. People think entrepreneurs are crazy workaholics
They have no time for anything else except work.
Acting it at multitasking requires. Acing it at multitasking requires.
Passion.
Family time is as important as.
Work. Definitely.
Late night partying. Is.
Boring. Extremely boring.
Being self-obsessed is.
So stupid.
Snapchat for you is.
So much fun. Love seeing what people are doing all the time.
A husband who could cook for you.
A husband who could cook for me. I mean, I don't get that.
A husband who's a better cook than you.
No. I would never want that. No. I have to be the better cook always.
Okay, Sneha, it was such a good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Let's get some candid shots.